Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host Fondue.
It's Cheesy.
In this week's episode, we're going to learn all about toponyms.
What's a toponym?
They're going to have to listen to find out.
Ugh.
We're going to learn about cheeses named after places.
Really?
We're going to find out about a village that lost its cheese.
Aw.
And we're going to hear some very strange cheese names.
Like fondue?
And of course, no episode would be complete without our very cheesy joke.
I love jokes.
Stay tuned for episode 174, Call Me Cheese, on Just Cheesy, the podcast. So, Cheesy, do you know what a toponym is?
The top of a nim.
No.
The bottom?
No.
The middle?
No. According to dictionary.com, a toponym is a name that is derived from the name of a place.
Oh.
And there are a lot of different cheeses named after places.
Okay, name one.
Oh, I'm going to name more than one.
Really?
But the first one, of course, should come as no surprise to people
Okay.
in America because American cheese
Oh.
is from the USA.
Yeah.
American cheese, of course, is a processed cheese, and it's made in the United States.
Yeah.
Cheddar. Now, for those of you that don't know, cheddar is a place
What?
in England.
It is?
And according to dictionary.com, the first recorded use of the word cheddar was in 1655
Holy cow.
because it was named after Cheddar, the village in England.
Whoa.
And this is where that cheese was first made.
Wow.
And these next few come from dictionary.com as well.
Tell me another.
Okay, Parmesan.
Really?
Parmigiano Reggiano refers to the two areas that are legally allowed to make it.
Whoa.
The Italian provinces of Parma and Reggio Emilia.
Wow.
And of course, there's Brie. Now, this one I didn't really know was a place.
Really?
But Brie is a region in northern France.
Whoa.
Gorgonzola is named after the Italian village located near the city of Milan.
Whoa.
There's Munster.
Monster's not a place?
No, not Monster, Munster. And it's named
Oh.
after the commune in France called
Oh, no.
Haute-Rhine.
Oh, my.
Interestingly, they say the French town's name is a result of borrowing from both French and German languages.
Whoa.
Oaxaca cheese is named after a city in Mexico.
I knew that.
Gouda is named for the city of Gouda in Holland.
Wow.
And apparently, according to dictionary.com, Gouda is referred to as the city of cheese in Dutch tourism.
Whoa.
Asiago is named for a small village in northern Italy.
Wow.
Colby was named after a city in the state of Wisconsin.
I knew that.
Camembert is named for the village of Camembert located in the Normandy region of France.
Wow.
Stilton, of course, takes its name from a village in England.
England.
Switzerland is home to a district called Gruyere
Ooh.
and a region called Emmenthal.
Oh, wow.
And according to wineandcheesefriday.com, Monterey Jack originated in the United States.
Wow.
The first half of the name, Monterey, was named after a city in California.
Whoa.
And I guess the second part of the name, Jack, has some controversy.
Ooh.
They say there's disagreement over whether it was regarding a person who promoted it or the tool used to make it.
Wow.
In either case, Monterey Jack is super yummy.
Yummy.
According to BBC.com, there's an article that talks about cheddar cheese
Whoa.
and how for a while it wasn't even produced in cheddar.
Aw.
According to the article, during World War II, there was rationing, and most of the milk in Britain was used to make what they call a single generic cheese dubbed government cheddar.
Whoa.
And apparently this nearly wiped out all the local cheese production in Britain.
Holy cow.
And it took the number of farmhouse producers from more than 3,500 before the war
Whoa.
to barely 100 after the end of World War II.
Whoa.
And they say for years afterward, there was no one making traditional cheddar in cheddar.
Wow.
In 2003, a local couple, Catherine and John Spencer, decided to revive the cheese making in cheddar.
Whoa.
It took them about 6 years to perfect their brand.
Wow.
And they even persuaded a local landowner to allow them to store some of their cheese in the same caves that gave the original cheddar its unique taste.
Wow.
And you can find them at cheddargorgecheese.com, where they have all different types of different cheeses.
Yum.
Cheddar Gorge Cheese is not a sponsor.
Nope.
But if they were, their ad would go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do?
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay.
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY, that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. Now, of course, we know the name for a cheese lover is a turophile.
Yeah.
And of course, we just learned about toponyms,
Toponyms.
where cheeses and places have the same name.
Yeah.
But did you know that some of the cheeses get their names from the production processes?
Who knew?
Right? I had no idea.
Yeah.
According to ItalyBite.it, mozzarella gets its name from a production process.
What?
And that name comes from the word mozzarella or mozzarella. I wish I knew how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, me too.
This is the manufacturing step that involves tearing and stretching curd by hand.
Whoa.
Canestrato cheese gets its name from the aging process.
Whoa.
Goats graze in the wild,
Aw.
and they age the cheese in willow baskets,
Ooh.
called canestro in Italian.
Ah.
And this leaves an imprint of their crisscross pattern on the cheese rind.
Whoa.
Caciocavallo cheese gets its name from a special tradition.
Wow.
And this is where they tie 2 cheese wheels together and hang them over a beam where they leave it to age.
Wow.
Stracchino gets its name from the milk quality.
Really?
They say cows, after having spent all day in an alpine pasture grazing, are exhausted.
Aw.
And it's named for the Italian term strace.
Wow.
Ricotta has a pretty interesting story.
Really?
Cotta means cooked,
Oh.
and means twice.
Whoa.
So the milk is heated first, and then the whey is cooked again.
Well, well.
Sometimes cheeses are named after the animals that made them.
They are?
Chèvre is a classic soft
Oh.
cheese, and it's made from goat's milk.
Yeah.
And goats are called chèvre.
Wow.
Manchego is a breed of sheep.
It is?
Buffalo mozzarella is, of course, made from buffalo milk.
Yeah.
Sometimes cheeses just have silly names.
Yeah, they do.
According to culturecheesemag.com, there are a few listed here.
Okay.
There's a cheese called Dirt Lover.
Ew.
And of course, they say this is a delicious sheep's milk cheese.
Yum.
There's one called Sergeant Pepper.
Like the album.
There's one called Shepherd's Hope.
Aw.
Little Dragon.
Ew.
Dragon's Breath Blue.
Oh.
Acapella.
Love.
Timberdoodle. Fat Bottom Girl.
Oh, no.
Stinking Bishop. And this is
Ew.
one of my favorites because
Yeah.
it is a very pungent wash-rind cheese.
Yeah.
There's one called New Moon.
Aw.
Vampire Slayer.
Whoa.
And Ticklemore.
Tickle
But did you know that cheese names have also been used for people?
No.
Now, I realize I go by the name Fondue,
Yeah.
and that's just a nickname.
Yeah.
But did you know that according to nymag.com, that 2013 was a big year for naming your baby cheese?
Cheese?
In 2013, newborns named cheese soared 450% year over year.
What?
According to Baby Center's data, this comes from a survey of about 500,000 parents.
Wow.
And there are about 4 million babies born in the U.S. every year.
Whoa.
And they say that means about 72 might be the accurate figure for the number of babies named cheese in 2013.
Why, people?
Romper.com has a list of cheese-inspired baby names. Panella.
Aw.
It's a Mexican cheese adapted from a Greek basket cheese. Ora is a Finnish cheese, meaning soft breeze in Latin.
That's pretty.
Cairns is a Scottish cheese, and it means monument of rocks in Gaelic.
Whoa.
Sosha is a Tibetan cheese.
Nice.
Lincoln means lake or pool in Old English, but apparently it's also a delicious, dense cheese from Michigan.
Wow.
Olivet is a French cheese named after the town.
Aw.
Colby, of course, is from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Weston is a type of cheese from Vermont.
Neat.
Danby is a hard, extra-aged cheese.
Okay.
According to Norse mythology, Freya means goddess of love and beauty. But Freya's wheel is also a popular type of semi-sweet cheese.
Whoa.
Stella is a Fontina-esque cheese.
Stella.
Brie is sometimes a nickname for Brianna, but
Yeah.
it's also a type of cheese from northern France.
Whoa.
I mean, and of course, we're partial to the name fondue.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay, what did cheese name its disco band?
I don't know.
The Brie Gees. Get it? The Brie Gees?
Another dumb one.
Oh, I know, it was very dumb
Yeah.
and a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to episode 174, Call Me Cheese.
Thank you.
Do you love the pod?
Yeah.
Well, make sure you like, subscribe, download, whatever you can to help support us
Yes,
so
please.
that other cheese lovers can hear us as well.
And stay cheesy, everybody.